looked like just a moment ago in the heart of New Orleans. Folks, there's no place for this noise to go in the Superdome. It is loud, and these fans are ready for football as their Saints get ready to do battle with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. This will be taken very short. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. This is Alvin Kamara, who made the Pro Bowl in each of his first 2 NFL seasons. Give him 3 there on the first play of the game, and it's 2nd down. On 2nd and 7, Breeze. It's caught by Sanders. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. It'll be a Saints first down on a pickup of 13.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
Yeah, it was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10.
Hey, Haywood!
Shotgun now for Breeze. And Sanders has got it complete. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion. Breeze leaves this one with Kamara. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Breeze now. And that will be incomplete.
Well, they took the shot, didn't get it. There's definitely a difference here because they had a chance to get 7, maybe 8 if they pushed it. Instead, they'll likely settle for 3.
Yeah, opening drive, holding him to 3. Psychologically, maybe a win for the defense. So the opening drive does yield points, maybe not the 7 they wanted, but they'll take the 3.
Accumulating first downs does not go up on the scoreboard, but it does go into the DNA of a team that's trying to establish itself to start a game. That has to feel pretty good for them. They'll take the 3.
Yeah, they had 3 first downs and 3 points. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line.
Wait, 20!
Set the tone, defense. Set the tone, defense.
Hey, 66.
Now the Auburn product, Corey Grant, up past the 25 to the 26, a gain of 5.
53!
56. We got it.
Someone West.
2nd and 5 now. Brady completes it to Corey Grant. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 19 yards there on the catch and run. On 1st down, it's Grant trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. To throw is Brady. It's caught by Mike Evans. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
A second down completion got him 7. Now here's 3rd and 3.
Regular. He's flying.
This is Grant. And he has the first down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
Check 13. Check 13.
Regular.
Here's Grant. And they'll wind up getting this to the 37. Gain of 9. But you often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. Now Brady. This is intercepted. Picked off by Janoris Jenkins. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball, and I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Well, what do you think? You get the ball off the turnover near the middle of the field. You take a shot here in the first play?
You know I'm big on that. I love when I have great field position after a turnover. I feel like I might have them a little bit off balance. I prefer to take a shot, but a lot of coaches will tell you, you only do it if you trust the guy who's got the football in his hands. Meaning, if it's not there, he won't force it downfield and maybe turn into an interception. He'll go to the check down, go to a second option, and go ahead and take the play that's in front of him.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. He couldn't get the hook up there that time with Thomas, and it's 3rd down.
3rd down and 10.
An incomplete pass on 2nd down. That muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10.
51. Hey, wahoo! Hey, kill!
Working from the gun, it's Breeze. Open man is Michael Thomas. First catch for last year's NFL catch leader, and it's a first down.
And the Saints, first down.
Ready for the second quarter from New Orleans. It's the Saints in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports.
12.
Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Check.
Hey, check my
Bravo.
Now Breeze. And that's complete to Sanders. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. And now on 3rd down, they'll need to get it to the 36 to pick up the first. From the gun, it's Breeze. He throws and he hits the slant route to Thomas. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs 23.
Come on, one thing for sure, you know that Michael Thomas is going to be the target on a 3rd down pass, and Drew Brees finds him and keeps this drive moving.
Back to the ground, it's Kamara. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage.
Hey, easy. Hey, exit. Easy.
Mike 51.
On 2nd and 11 now. Breeze. Got a man open. It's Thomas. It's a touchdown for New Orleans. Michael Thomas. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. Oh, I was just about to say he hadn't missed an extra point all season, but there it is. His first miss, no good. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. That's fielded in the end zone. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field. Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
Come, baby. Kill. 47's the mic, boy. 47. Check. 47. Hey, watch that. Hey, Ozzy. Let me too.
Now Brady. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
Big ass. Hatchet. Sponge. No. Switch it. Come on, switch it. Switch. Back and reload.
On 3rd down, Grant. Now that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. That'll bring up 4th. They had the 8-yard gain on 1st down, but unable to do much from there. So on 4th down, out comes the Bucs free agent signee Bradley Pinion to punt, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. It'll be a 44-yard punt. The return goes for 8. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense.
Here we go.
Breeze now on 1st down. Trying to get it to Thomas, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Levante David. And a super return as he gets us all the way down inside the 25-yard line. He was trying to hit Thomas that time. It's almost like you can see the look of frustration on his face. 4 interceptions last week. We talked about it all week. What did he do wrong? And another one here in the first half.
And you can understand the frustration. You actually feel his pain a little bit. But the worst thing he can do is what you're seeing right now, showing the other team that he's frustrated. All they're going to do is double their efforts to make him even more frustrated. He's got to gather himself, compose himself, and keep fighting.
Well, he talked a lot about erasing that loss last week, getting back in the win column. We'll see how he responds. That's going to be caught. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
Wait, set. Wide, 80. Mark 47. Run it. Check 3. Tighten up. Hey, go 66.
They're going to run this with a tight end. Nothing doing there. They're going to wind up holding him at the 2. No gain there, and it's going to set up 2nd and goal.
No gain on the play. Leads to second and goal at the 2-yard line.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Second and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the end. And he's in. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Corey Grant, his 4th touchdown on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Extra point by Gay is up and good, and that will shave one more off this lead. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And last time, 1-play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in it, and let him fling another one.
And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. That second down play nets a -4.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Breeze now, 8 of 11 in this first half. He's got it 1st and 10. Here's Breeze to throw. Sanders has it over the middle. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
Pick it up, pick it up. Pick it up. 6 guys. Check 6 guys. 13. Easy.
Breeze now to throw. This is complete to Michael Thomas. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Michael Thomas with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here in the second quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the second half.
Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20.
Here we go.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. Play action. Now it's Brady. Airing this one out for Evans. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining. Mike Evans, the one he was looking for. And it's 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
You better be afraid of me. Watch twist. Watch twist.
Working from the gun, it's Brady. Looking for Evans, and it's intercepted. P.J. Williams with a pick. And he's giving his guys a shot for late points as they will take over in range for a field goal or maybe more.
Ready. Yellow lady. Yellow lady. Bandit. Bandit.
So after the INT, it's Breeze. And that is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the right hash, it's a 35-yard attempt. And Lutz's kick is good. And that will do it for this first half. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This will be taken in at the 1. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. From the 27, Brady. Looking downfield for Godwin. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a third down. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to them.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Brady going to throw. He's got Evans. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 14 yards there and a Buccaneer first down. On first down, Brady. He finds his target. It's Evans. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a first down. Back in the first quarter, you said it, they need to avoid the big play, but he just got a big one right there.
You can't relax. You know, we talked about in the first quarter, but as the game progresses, still opportunities, and he took advantage of one there.
Brady's throw there complete, and they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. That's good for a Buccaneer first to pick up of 12 yards. They'll run with a former Tar Heel, T.J. Logan. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a first down again. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game.
You draw perfect. 20 seconds to Mike. Come on, baby. Come on, let's go. Hey, hey.
On the carry, it's Logan. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Only a yard that time, second and goal.
Every team we ever talk to that continues to run the ball in a game, even when they haven't had much success, all talks about attrition, don't they? If you keep running it, eventually good things are likely to happen. It's been a hard go in this game today, hasn't it?
Yeah, this defense, they met pretty much every challenge in front of them this afternoon.
They're still trying to run the ball, but they're not finding much space.
They're going to go with a tight end here on the running play. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. O.J. Howard, his third touchdown now on the year, as his guys are back within a single score. Extra point by Gay is up and good, and that will get them one closer. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
From the 30 on second down, Breeze. And on the catch right side, this is Sanders. Third down. Breeze to throw on 3rd and 1. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. He's picked off near his own 48. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the second week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out.
Rush in. All right. No, take this.
They'll run on first down. It's Grant. A solid pickup at 13 sets him up 1st and goal.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Second and goal at the Saints' 3-yard line.
They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal.
Keep it up, defense. Keep it up, guys.
They'll try to run this one in. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. No gain on the play there. They're going to need to come up with something better here on 3rd and goal. So can this New Orleans defense stand tall again? 3rd and goal.
Check 24. Check 24. Let's go. Go Bandit.
They'll try to run this one in. And he's in. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Corey Grant, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon, as his guys can now take the lead with the extra point. Extra point by Gay is up and good, and that will put them on top here in the 3rd.
Saints 20. Bradley Pinion to kick off for Tampa Bay.
And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They had that lead that is now gone. It is completely gone. But how does that affect the psyche? Or am I reading into that too much? They should be okay still?
No, you're not reading into it too much at all. You've got to wonder what the psyche is of a team, because once you build up a lead and things are rolling pretty well, you don't expect it to change. And for it to change this dramatically, and now they're the team doing the chasing, yeah, you want to check out where they are mentally and whether or not they have it in them to come back. We'll soon find out.
Yeah, they're on their heels a bit right now. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Drew Brees, 6 fourth-quarter comebacks a season ago, and that led the NFL. He'll try to deliver another one. On first down, Brees. That'll be complete to Cook. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. It'll be a Saints first down on a pickup of 13. A 10th carry for Kamara. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. 12 yards there, good for a Saints first down. I tell you, they didn't give it to him much through the first 3 quarters, but when they have, he's been efficient. Maybe they ride him more here down the stretch.
Yeah, not sure it was actually in the game plan for him to have as few carries as he has, but it might play out really well for them now. As you noted, they want to ride him down the stretch. He should have fresh legs.
Looks like he's going to get a couple here on this first down carry, and that'll make it 2nd and 8. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
And let's pin the mirrors back and go full strip.
Here's Brees. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off down near the 5. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. That is now 7 interceptions between last week and this week. 3 in this game, 4 a week ago.
And I saw the head coach write on his play sheet, make a little note. I hope he's writing self-scout. Bring in the guys that scout games for you with a different eye and watch him and see what's going on, and maybe they can pick up what the flaws are, and hopefully they can correct them.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a one-score game. And you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they? And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. Marcus Davenport, the first rounder out of UTSA with a sack.
It's 2nd down.
Wait, that 53! Mark 47! Damn! Alert! Mark 47!
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Brady. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight. Unable to find anyone open.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
And they're going to take it all the way down and just take the delay. He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play to run and just lost track, and it cost him.
After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long. The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Airing this one out for Evans. It got his man complete. 20, 10, touchdown, Tampa Bay. Mike Evans, 97 yards as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead. And I think it's safe to say we won't call many touchdown passes longer than that this year, partner.
No, I would agree with that totally. And right now, you're looking at an offensive coordinator. Conservative would not go next to his name. Risk taker, definitely, because he valued the opportunity to create a big play against what could have been disaster if they end up getting sacked or fumbling the ball in the shadow of their own goal line.
This is taken at the 3. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4's kind of, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Chalk that up as their first sack in this game, and they tallied 4 a week ago.
And probably not as much exultation in that sack as what took us so long. Because when you get 4 the previous week, you're counting on continuing that momentum. They didn't get that done in the first half of the game. Let's see now if they start to bring even more exotic pressure towards the quarterback.
There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. A first down there on a pickup of 25. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Breeze now. And brought in by the tight end Cook. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. 14 yards is the pickup. First down, New Orleans. From midfield, here's Breeze. He gets it to Thomas. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Gets this to a standout receiver, Thomas. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Michael Thomas. His 3rd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. As they now sit just a 2-point conversion away from tying this game up in the 4th quarter. All right, now a big 2-point conversion attempt still to come. They're going to try and run for it. And he will get into the end zone for 2. And this game now tied here in the 4th. So right back to square one, tied at 28 as he kicks it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. Well, some might have returned that one. He won't. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start the drive from the 25. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
On first down, Grant. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
That's what I'm talking about.
Getting down to the good stuff, all tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a score to break this tie. The throw on 2nd down by Brady is incomplete.
Now we're in the situation where the quarterback's got to take full charge of his huddle. Got to totally command it, make sure all eyes are on him. All focus is locked in. Going to call multiple plays and go over different situations and scenarios to make sure everyone is on the same page.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. He completes it to Evans. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A good pickup there at 22. Back to throw, Brady. He's got his man on the crossing route. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves them with a very manageable 2nd and 1. They will run with Grant. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down.
Wide, get wide. Bang, 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 bang. Check 3, check 3. He's checking. Crash.
Right back to him on first down. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Now the Saints will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. The previous run good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. They run Smallwood. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. The second down play results in a loss of 2 yards. Brady to throw. This one complete to Smallwood. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. First down Tampa Bay there, a gain of 13. First down, a run with Smallwood. And he is going to lose yardage here. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they get it with 16 seconds remaining on the clock. That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. Now a give, right side. It's Grant. 1 yard officially on the pickup, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 11. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 11 seconds remaining in the ball game.
Watch your slack. Watch your team. Check and reload.
They go back to Grant. And he's in for the touchdown. And in the final seconds, forget overtime. They've just likely won this thing in regulation. Here's Gay now to add the extra point. And he takes off with it. It's a fake. And this fake extra point attempt failed big time. Not only did they not get it, they went backwards.
Let me go ahead and show my age a little bit. I liked it when they would fake it from the 3-yard line, right? When you'd line up, go ahead, and there's a fake, and he's going to get 2. That's great. But from the 15, the risk-reward is just not there.
It's so risky to get 15 yards on a fake. Well, you see the result right there.
Yeah, I know these young whippersnappers are trying to do different things in this game, but let's go back to old reliable. Kick the ball through the post.
Get off my lawn.
That's darn right.
Back to throw. And Thomas has it. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. You're wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So for the Buccaneers, they boost their record up to a strong 4-1, and they will head back home. Jaguars in Jacksonville. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports. The NFL on EA Sports has come to the Twin Cities at U.S. Bank Stadium in downtown Minneapolis. The scene a short time ago, this crowd decked out in purple, and they were in full roar as their guys burst out of the locker room. We're ready for football, folks, as the Vikings get set to do battle with the Green Bay Packers. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
The Packers take over first and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
No, 258.
Rodgers now on first down. And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away but could not. It's a loss of 4 on that first play, and it's second down.
Didn't have the greatest field position to start, did they? And now, after this sack, it's way, way worse.
And right off the bat, first play of the game. And he's going to go down again. Everson Griffin picks up his second sack of the afternoon. Rodgers now, after the sack, he'll lead the pack up on 3rd and long. Now, whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Back-to-back sacks have this place in a frenzy as they line up again 3rd and long now. Shotgun now for Rodgers. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 40. And not a good omen there. His first throw of the afternoon intercepted.
And I know what the fans are thinking right now. I hope there's not negative thoughts in his head going forward since that's his first throw of the game. But one of the things I remember about him coming out of school is he's able to wipe things away pretty easily and move on.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first.
First and 10 at the 22-yard line.
Push him back.
They run again on first down. Cook. The tackle made by Blake Martinez.
In order to play really good run defense when you're playing a 3-4, those 3 guys up front, the nose tackle and the guys they call the defensive ends, they're usually big people because they're going to have to eat up a lot of blockers because it's usually 5-on-3. And when they do their job well, guys who play on the inside, those inside linebackers, they're able to just roam and hit. Time to give a little credit here. That was an excellent read by the guys on the defensive side of the ball.
Oh, you're crediting your defense.
Got to credit them on that one because they tried to fool them, right? Tried to trick them, ran a screen, and they went to it and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
And he's able to find Diggs. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
His passing's been on point on this drive, hasn't it? Been very accurate, gotten the ball downfield, gained nice chunks of yardage. But now, in this situation, the field is really condensed, partner. So if he's going to throw the football, that would be pinpoint here.
I was going to ask you about that. Field shrinks, has to be sharper, but it's been a good opening drive so far.
Now they just want to see if they can cap it off with the bell ringer and put it in the end zone.
And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's second and goal. They try again with Cook. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. He lost 2 there, and it's third down.
Third down and goal to go.
So they're back at the 7 now for third and goal.
I don't think you got it, son.
Working out of the gun, Cousins. to the goal line, but it's incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces fourth down. Well, after marching down the field, only getting 3 there, kind of feels like a win for the defense.
And it does. They'll go to the sideline feeling a lot better that they didn't give up a touchdown after the march against them. But if I were the offense, I wouldn't hang my head over that one. That's a good drive, and 3 points were put on the board. Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that. And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line. Everson Griffin getting him once again, his 3rd sack of the afternoon. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20.
We ain't beginning to turn you up. Don't get nervous. For the 50.
Here's Rodgers. This one complete to his running back, Jamal Williams. A nice pickup there, 19 yards. And they're set up better for 3rd. Rodgers to throw on 3rd and 1. Looking deep for Adams. And that will fall incomplete. Oh, they took a shot there on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. They'll go with Jones. And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert. And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. And this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line.
Anthony Barr got a real education at UCLA in playing not just his normal position of stand-up outside linebacker, but down defensive end. So he had to incorporate a variety of moves, take on bigger people. So he learned great leverage while he was there. That really helps him when he's trying to stop people running the ball.
Born in South Bend, Indiana. Thought about going back to go to Notre Dame, but you're right. Great career at UCLA and now a great career in the NFL. On 2nd and 11 now. Rodgers, blitz coming, and down he goes. Everson Griffin, who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Rodgers now, after the sack, he'll lead the pack up on 3rd and long. Off the play fake to Jones. Here's Rodgers. And the pressure gets to him again. The sack by big number 98, Linval Joseph.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. A special teams mistake there, no doubt. Just 26 yards officially on the punt. And the Vikings, they'll be set up well as they take over in great field position. 1st and 10. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. To throw, Cousins. That's complete to the receiver, Thielen. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And it'll be 2nd and 12. Now Cousins. And he's going to be hit and taken down. Back right around the 48-yard line. Preston Smith comes in for the sack.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
I'm a defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback, 3rd and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you do in a big way. And what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you because it seems to be working pretty well.
14 yards, but they're still well shy of a first as that leads to 4th down. Cousins in the offense is going to stay out there. They're going to try on 4th down. Cousins to throw for it on 4th. This is Johnson. He's got it. 12 yards there. 1st down, Vikings.
What I love about watching the passing game nowadays is that the one-dimensional receiver is really starting to leave the game. You've got to be able to do it all. Of course, you got to run fast. Of course, you got to catch the ball. But route running savvy and toughness, there's a premium for all of that now.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4. 2nd quarter, 2 minutes remain. 3-0 our score. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll take you to Orlando and Jonathan Coachman. Coach will have highlights and analysis of this first half, one that's featured no touchdowns as of yet on either side.
So his job's a little bit easier for this halftime.
Need to give the coach some highlights here.
Yes, we do.
It's a good gain of 11. Sets him up 1st and goal. They'll run with Cook. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. A 9-yard touchdown run. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage.
I know we don't talk about it enough, but the intelligence level of the guys up front blocking, the offensive linemen, maybe the smartest guys in football overall. Add in a little bit of athleticism and a whole lot of toughness, you got a lot to deal with, don't you?
That's why the guys in the backfield get them really nice Christmas gifts, right?
If they're smart, they do.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. That'll be taken in the end zone. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And it's been a rocky start for them thus far. They had the turnover and then the punt on those first 2 drives.
So there is optimism because they've improved, right? And turnover, you just noted it.
Punt's better than the turnover.
The punt is better on the second one. Now they're hoping to turn it into 1st downs and hopefully points.
Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
I know what you're thinking out there. I know a lot of you are thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I'd say maybe later in the game, definitely in the second half. But right now, I think they were just trying to get some momentum built. Get a 1st down, pick it up, and keep moving.
In on the stop there, Andrew Sendejo. On 2nd and 9. Rodgers looking deep for Adams. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Now it's Rodgers. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
This offense converted once on 4th down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more.
Hey, Steve 6. Steve 6.
Here we go on 4th down with Rodgers. He's got his man, Valdez-Scantling. Touchdown, Packers. Marquez Valdez-Scantling as the first half is winding down. As they are now on the board here in the first half. That certainly went against the traditional ways of playing football, but who cares? Look at the result. Big touchdown.
They went for it on their own side of the 50. So there's conservative, there's aggressive, and there's really aggressive, which is what we just saw there. Tip of the cap to them.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. So one play and they're already just shy of midfield. Cousins to throw it. Setting up the screen for Cook. 7 yards there on the first down screen play. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Final play of the half. Cousins. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Kevin King with a pick. And he will be brought down as time is now run out on this first half of action. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. The Vikings have to like their position. They've got the lead. They get this football as well as we are back and underway for the second half. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
On 2nd down, Cousins again. And the pressure too much that time as Cousins goes down. Rashawn Gary in there to bury him for a loss of 11. So now after the sack, Cousins and the Vikings come up here 3rd and long. 3rd and long for Cousins. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off by Darnell Savage. And they will score. It's a Packer touchdown. Ah, yes, the old tip drill works to perfection there.
Just one tip, but multiple tips, just in case the ball stays in the air for a while, to have an awareness and the ability to go up and grab it, and then you want to get some blocking support and end up in the opposite end zone.
In that tip drill, what do you yell?
For us, it was Oski, okay? Oski was an interception.
For different teams?
Different teams have different ways of doing it. I've heard bingo, jackpot. The worst I ever heard, though, was Frankenstein. You don't want it to be a
too many syllables.
You want to get it right down and gut. Oski is really the preferred word.
Oski. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And fresh off the pick six, they've got to forget about that quickly.
In this case now, the guy throwing the ball, he's got to be like what we talked about with defensive backs who get beat for a long touchdown. Short-term memory, right back out there doing the things that he does best, and knowing that taking care of the ball is paramount. Here's his opportunity.
Comes back to those defensive backs for the former DB, right?
I don't know where that comes from. It just kind of emerges out of me for some reason.
It's deep in there, right? Yeah. On third down, Cousins. And Diggs has it. And he's got this almost to the 40 before going out. They get 14 there. First down, Vikings. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. A 10th carry in the game for Cook. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down.
Second and 12 at the 37-yard line.
That's right, baby. They don't want it. Hey, I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
On 2nd and 12, Cousins. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Zadarius Smith in there to bury him for a loss of 11.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
Now, the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
Cousins from the gun on 3rd. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off at the 33. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
On 2nd and 7, Rodgers. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. The turnover put them in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
Here's Rodgers to throw. And Adams has it, complete. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3.
Christian Travis.
They'll try and run it in with Jones. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. They'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
Check 26, check 26. Over. Watch safety creeping. Safety's creeping. Check nickel.
The first carry now for the BYU man. It's Jamal Williams. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
They've been stuffed twice here for losses. Now it's 3rd and goal.
He's not going to get me. Check 15. Plant. Check. Shoot. Check 99. Check 99. Kill.
Here's Irvin. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. It's Packer football here as they've got the lead as well to begin the 4th quarter. Here we go, a big play and a tight game late. They're going on 4th and goal. They'll run it with Jones. And he's not going to get in. They stop him at the 1. They stop him up short on 4th and goal from the 1. And the Vikings, they come up big down near the goal line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach?
And they got him behind the goal line. Cook goes down for a safety. Now, the 2 points, that's not totally critical at this point. Still a one-score game, but they do have to give away the football with no guarantees they're going to get it back.
Yeah, or at least if they get it back, will they have any time to do anything with it? So they've got to send their defense out there and say, guys, we got to have it right now. Save some time for us.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And last time, they had it 4th and goal, rolled the dice, didn't get it. Now they've got to put that behind them, try to put together another drive.
Yeah, a simple tip of the cap, a nod of the head to the defense. Congratulations, you got us last time. But you didn't hold us the whole time. We got down to position where we were able to be in position to score. Let's go ahead and attack again. Continue to have that kind of confidence. Not worry about the one play that didn't allow them to get into the end zone.
And this time they'll be trying to get it into the end zone. We'll see what they do. On 2nd down now. It's Williams. And this may be a carbon copy as he'll again be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down. The Packers on 3rd down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This is 3rd and 10. Rodgers now to throw. And that is incomplete. Right there on the coverage to knock that ball away was Mike Hughes. Critical play in this football game because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a 1st down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. The Packers go for it. Rodgers. And able to find Allen Lazard. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. It's a gain of 12, and the Packers have the first. Now Rodgers. Got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially.
And the Packer 1st down.
Let's go, defense. Our time. It's our time.
They'll run with Irvin. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6. And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Here we go, 3rd and 1. Gut check time on both sides. Again, it's Jones. And he will have the first down before he's tackled at the 12. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs. Starting to feel a little to me like the air is coming out of the balloon, so to speak, defensively.
They're taking their will from them right now. That's what they're doing. Whatever they want to call, it's working. They're handling things up front, and it's not just the offensive line. It's everyone. You're seeing the guys on the perimeter blocking downfield and making sure that they're secure. So, yeah, you're exactly right. The air's out of the balloon, and right now they're almost lifeless.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. This is Jones. And he'll take this from the 9 down to about the 7. Now, the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
Another play here before the 2-minute warning. Throwing now is Rodgers. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
A big one there. That gives them a little cushion and makes it a 2-score game.
Yeah, bled a little time off the clock, put some points on the board. It's not totally out of reach yet, but it has to feel pretty good to them right now because as a defender, you go out on the field and say, guess what? You can put some points on the board, but that won't beat us.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And the last time they had the football, they surrendered 2 points on the safety. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. He's going to let it fly. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Adrian Amos with a pick. And they will finally get him down as he's all the way to the 36-yard line.
So many times we end a game, and as we're recapping it, we're talking about what offenses did and how they won the game. Let's flip this one over. The defense, they frustrated the offense the entire ball game. That's why they're walking out of here with a victory.
And they're going to love to walk out of here with that as their final act, that interception. Good way for them to end it. And that's complete to Adams. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Davante Adams, 36 yards. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. And now they'll empty the backfield here as they elect to go for 2.
I got him. Watch the edge. Go to 50. Hey, you block over here.
They'll look to run for it with Williams. And he will get into the end zone to extend the lead by 2 more. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. This one taken from the 7. And he'll be taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. Well, here's a first down throw that's complete, and he'll go out near midfield at the 49. He'll get 15 and a Vikings first down. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. They were looking for Johnson that time. That'll bring up 2nd down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Cousins now. Complete. It's Johnson. That one a gain of 20 and a first down. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Now a desperation. And Thielen's got it. Touchdown Vikings. Adam Thielen. 31 yards. And the Vikings are able to cut into that deficit. Now Cousins going to bring his guys up for the 2-point try. They'll throw again. Cousins. And they're going to get the 2-point conversion. Caught in the end zone. And that cuts the lead a bit further. So 2 scores down. Time definitely not an ally. But here comes the onside kick. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. Well, for a second there, I had flashbacks to a few years ago, the NFC Championship game for the Packers, but here they're able to hold on.
And many things changed in Green Bay after that game. Personnel, people coaching, the whole deal. And in this case, they get it done. No fail like they had in Seattle.
Now a first down carry by Jones. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. An ideal down and distance to try to finish this thing off. 2nd and inches. They'll go again to Jones. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. A gain of just a yard, but it's a first down. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Back to throw. Rodgers. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. So it's all over. A Green Bay victory. And I know I'm not breaking any news when I say that any road win in this league is a good one.
No doubt.
But it's a double bonus when you get a victory on the road in your division.
And when you start a season, each team breaks down their schedule in different ways. Some do it every 4 games, right? Let's go quarterly. Others say, listen, we've got to take care of our home field. And, you know, out of a 16-game season, if you get 8 at home, let's at least win 7 at home and split our road games. That's what you're trying to get done. So you're exactly right. A road win, precious, especially within the division.
That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter at EA Madden NFL. From Minneapolis, so long, everybody. This is the NFL on EA Sports, and we are in the Pacific Northwest at CenturyLink Field in Seattle, Washington. These folks love their football in Seattle. This was the scene a moment ago as the home squad came out of the tunnel, and it was just absolutely deafening in this building. They're set for football, so are we, as the Seahawks get set to match up with Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers. Fielded about a yard deep. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard. Here's Rashad Penny, first carry for the former San Diego State Aztec. And they're able to get this one across the 35. It's a gain of 12, first down Seahawks.
Oh, yeah. And here we go again. Mike 42.
They'll throw on first down with Wilson. He's going to wind up and air it out. Oh, he tries to get it to Metcalf, but it's intercepted. Picked off at the 18. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, certainly not how he wanted to start his night. First throw of the game, an INT.
Yeah, it's not easy, but he's got to try and wipe that one away from the memory banks. And let's face it, it's not often a quarterback and a defensive back have a lot in common. But one thing, because they have these individual type plays, they've got to have short memories, don't they? DB gets beat, wipe it away, quarterback throws a pick, has to do the same thing.
It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down. On second and 12, Rodgers. And nearly an interception here on their opening drive. But instead, third down.
Even the greats in this game, and he certainly qualifies as one of them, they're going to have trouble if they continue to throw into double coverage.
He better be careful. Throwing in too much double coverage might have a couple of them picked off. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Quandre Diggs. That interception sets them up beautifully already in the red zone.
And you can hear it all the way up here. Oski, everyone turned to block, find a spot, and now they're set up inside the red zone for their offense.
Penny, a first down carry. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. A solid pickup of 12 yards, and now they're knocking on the door. They'll try and run forward with Penny. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up second and goal. On second down, here's Penny. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on third, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Give the sack to Blake Martinez.
We're talking about how teams are so competitively matched, and you just want to make those plays that give you an advantage. How about right here? The difference between letting them score a touchdown versus holding them to a field goal, that's absolutely huge with the play he just made.
And you know he hated taking the loss there on third down. They had it first and goal, 3 attempts, couldn't get it in, so they settle for 3.
Yeah, the field tends to shrink a little bit the closer you get to the goal line, doesn't it? It doesn't sound right. It sounds a little counterintuitive. But you run out of space to run the deep routes, so they can just sit on the shorter stuff if you're going to throw it. If you want to run it, there's just not as much space. They end up having to take 3 there.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They trail 3-0 after the INT last time led to a field goal, but now another fresh start here, 1st and 10. And an alley to run. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
Watch the screen.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Rodgers, he completes it to Jones. They'll get nothing out of that one, and it's going to lead to a 3rd down.
And that's when it's fun to play defense. When you're able to diagnose a play right from the beginning, get all your guys to the football, and spill the play, that's when you have a lot of fun playing on that side of the ball.
They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. To throw, it's Rodgers. To Valdez-Scantling over the middle. It'll be a pickup of 4, good enough to earn him yet another 1st down. On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. Gets this to his running back, Aaron Jones. 11 yards and a Green Bay Packer 1st down. Just the first quarter, but tackling going to be so important going forward. They've got to limit plays like that.
And that's something when you see it happen early in the game and they don't get him on the ground, you can always tell that they were concerned about it going in. Because I can just tell you from my days, I remember being in college and worrying all off-season about our season opener opponent, and they had a receiver that could shake and bake with the best of them. I tackled him on the first pass of the game, and the relief was incredible. I ended up having a pretty decent ball game. But if I had missed him, it would have been a long night.
From just shy of midfield, Rodgers, he's going to rifle one deep left side. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. From the gun, it's Rodgers. He's got his man. It's Williams. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. They give him 27 yards on the 3rd down conversion. Now Rodgers. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 20. And they're going to take over right there at the 22-yard line. First quarter, and now he already has 2 interceptions.
Yeah, he's got to guard against being tentative from this point forward, though. He's got to still make the right reads, make the proper throws. I've seen guys in this league throw 4 interceptions in a game and win. He's got to understand, put it behind you, keep pressing forward.
It's a gain of 12, 1st down Seahawks. On 1st down, Wilson. Well, the catch is made here by Tyler Lockett. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Tyler Lockett, 66 yards. And the Seahawks get the quick strike touchdown. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
After the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he's going to be taken down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. 10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. With a sack, it's Ziggy onside. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result? Sack. Quarterback gets hit.
So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14. Now it's Rodgers. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. The Packers on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 14. Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
It's easy to see when we review this that the ball needs to come out quicker, because if you don't throw it right on the break, you bring a crowd of people into the equation.
And that's why it got knocked away there. And now they're going to go for it. This isn't 4th and inches. This is 4th and 14. Here we go on 4th down with Rodgers. Looking deep for Adams. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. 4th down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward. Now a 1st down carry. It's Williams. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
On 2nd down and 4, Rodgers steps away to his left. What can't Aaron Rodgers do? The legwork there getting him to 1st. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Working from the gun, Rodgers. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. That's Ziggy Ansah, the number 5 pick in 2013, credited with a sack. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Now following the sack, they'll come up here on a 2nd down and 12. Now Jones. And they won't fare much better here as he maybe gets back to the line. Maybe a gain of a yard that time, but from the spot, actually no gain. So 3rd and long. The Packers on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12. Room here. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. The first red zone opportunity now for the Packers. They've got it 1st and goal at the 6. Now Jones. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
On 2nd down, it's Jones. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this first half of action. Rodgers going to throw. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. Only able to get back a yard for his efforts, and that leads us to 4th down. Rodgers to throw for it on 4th. And he finds his tight end, Graham. And now this is going to depend on the spot. And they say he's just short. A chance to get some momentum here in the second quarter, getting their first trip into the red zone, but unable to get it across.
And if I'm the head coach, sure you feel some disappointment, maybe a little bit of deflation there because you didn't get it in. But I'm going straight to rah-rah mode. All right, guys, we didn't get it this time. It's only the second quarter. We'll be back. Let's get it later on. I want to keep this team up. I want them to feel like they've let everyone down.
Positive.
Got to be positive in this situation. It's too early to think that you don't have a chance to win this game.
A gain of 10 as they look to add on to this 10-point lead. Looking to throw again on second down. Wilson. Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down. Zadarius Smith gets him for a loss of 10 yards from his linebacker spot. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
Tight ends on the Ringo. Tight ends on the Ringo. Four down. Hey, Mike's 50. Mike's 50. Let's go.
From the gun, it's Wilson. That's complete to Disley, the tight end. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half.
Mike's 50. Mike's 50.
Now Wilson on first down. It's caught. Lockett. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime.
4 yards. That's another Seahawks first down. First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Mike 50. I'm coming. 12. Mike 50. Mike 50. I'm going to run you over.
On first and 10, it's Wilson. And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is second and long. Final play of the half. It's Wilson. He's going to look deep down the field. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off by Darnell Savage. And he will be brought down as time has now run out on this first half of action. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Rodgers will break the huddle and bring the pack up first and 10 at the 41-yard line. On the counter, here's Williams. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different.
And Rodgers intercepted a third time. Picked off at the 48, and his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line. Good starting field position here for the Seahawks as they come up 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 48. He'll buy some time right. And Wilson's going to be intercepted a third time. Adrian Amos with a pick. And the return stops just a few yards shy of midfield. They'll spot the ball at the 47-yard line.
I think that interception happened for 2 reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit, and receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open?
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
So after the INT, it's Rodgers. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Brad McDougal. And he'll get this back across the midfield, striping down to the 47-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
They'll try and get the run game going. This is Penny. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. They go play action with Wilson. And he's got his big tight end over the middle, complete. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A gain there of 21 yards. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Darnell Savage. And he'll go down inside the 15 at his own 13-yard line.
You hear me laughing, partner, and I'm not laughing at the situation, but sometimes you just get yourself into a rut. It's hard to shake yourself out of it.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. He's going to fire one deep. Middle. He's got a man. Complete. He's at the 30. 10. Touchdown, Packers. Geronimo Allison, 87 yards, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Extra point up and good by Crosby, and that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Now a play fake here on first down. This is caught inside the 15. And he will score. Touchdown Seattle. Tyler Lockett, his second touchdown of the night. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. Myers connects on the PAT, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Packers take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, to see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. They'll try the right side with Jones. And not much. Maybe a yard up to the 29.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
They'll keep it on the ground. Jones. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. They have the first down with that gain of 4 yards.
First down.
They'll run on first down. Jones. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
On second down, it's Jones. Not much there. Maybe a couple up to the 35.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a fourth down. Here's J.K. Scott now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. And how about this, a fake? And he's going to let it go deep. Oh, but this is going to backfire as it's intercepted. Trey Flowers picks it. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. On fourth down, that turned out like a punt. Maybe he was better defensively there just to knock it down.
And you know they go over those situations. All right, fourth down, where's the ball? Where would we get the ball? But instinct takes over, and when it's in the air, they just go and get it. So it's hard to get on him for intercepting it, but the smart play would have been what you suggested. Knock it down and take over in a deeper position.
Here's Wilson. Forced out to his left. And now he's going to use his legs. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's second down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
To throw again on second down. Wilson going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up third down.
Third down and 3 yards to go.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3.
Watch out, watch out, watch out. Watch out, watch out.
They'll try and run for it with Penny. Defensively, they rally the troops to force fourth down after that 7-yard pickup back on first.
Not the result they were looking for there on third down. They end up taking a loss on the play. The only person happy now, the punter, gets to go out there and show mom that he gets to play in the game.
Wilson and the offense not coming off the field. They're going for it on fourth. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Now here's Michael Dixon as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. This is away and a very good kick angled for the sidelines. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Throwing on first down is Rodgers. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down.
I'm not even sure I know who this guy is out there playing right now. This is very unlike him, one of the most accurate guys in the league. Totally off his game right now.
I don't know. I was going to ask you what you pin it on, but defensively, they've been pretty solid.
Well, sometimes, you know, those defenders, they get into the receivers pretty well, and if they chip away at their timing, it's going to affect what you're doing throwing the ball as well.
Throwing now is Rodgers. And this is incomplete. Geronimo Allison, the target there. And that'll bring up second down. He started out having some troubles back in the first half connecting with his receivers. Really hasn't gotten a whole lot better.
Yeah, he's at less than 50%, and you and I both know that just won't do. So I would think about spreading things out, putting it on the receivers, make them win this one-on-one battle.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by the linebacker, Bobby Wagner. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them into the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
The defense more than did its job. Now the offense is summoned onto the field as they'll go for two. After the interception, here's Wilson. And he's got it. So the two-point conversion is good, and they add on to their fourth quarter lead. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
The Packers take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, you know, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass, and it finally kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. Now this one complete downfield on the left side. 17 yards on the play there as the Packers have the first down as well. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him.
And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Jimmy Graham, 44 yards. And the Packers make some inroads here on that deficit. Crosby with the extra point, and that will shave one more off this lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. They try to set up the bubble screen here. It's complete. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. On 3rd down, Penny. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. The Seahawks will go for it. It's Wilson being chased out left. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a second interception, really a bad throw. So maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
He lets it fly for... This is caught inside the 15. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Making a hat trick for Russell Wilson. 3 touchdown passes now. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. So now a 2-point conversion attempt coming for Wilson and the Seahawks. From the shotgun, Wilson. In trouble, and he'll go down back at the 12. So tried to throw it in for 2 points, but the D got home, brought him down.
Yeah, got home, which means there had to be good coverage. Just had nowhere to go with the ball. Typically, you try and throw quick hitters, quick slants, maybe even a quick fade. Nothing was open. He ends up getting sacked.
You ready?
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now Rodgers. There goes a deep ball, and it's intercepted at the goal line. Shaquille Griffin with a pick, and a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. What a nightmarish game he's having now. 6 interceptions that he has thrown.
Absolutely unbelievable, isn't it? Hard to believe we're watching this and have seen it, but it just tells you about the game of football. It giveth and it taketh away.
Yeah, the guys, though, that have thrown 6 interceptions in a game, the likes of Peyton Manning, Brett Favre, I think Joe Namath, he did it 3 times. Well, throw on 1st down with Wilson. This one into the hands of Metcalf. And he is is in for the Seattle touchdown. Russell Wilson now with 4 touchdown passes on the afternoon. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. One play, 80 yards. Pretty easy drive to recap.
It certainly is, but not so easy to execute. Starting on your own 20, you want something to kickstart your drive and get it off to a nice start. They went for the whole thing and got it. That's a great way to send a message to the opposing team.
The Seahawks got it. They did. It's Seattle football. Well, there you go. Just your everyday leading big, and you onside kick it with a lead. They got it. I mean, it worked, but interesting call.
I think because they have such a margin, they feel a little bit bolder about what they're doing. And it's not only just to try and increase their lead, but that's their way of saying we're in full control of this game, and we can kind of do what we want.
Eluding the pressure right. He's going to take off with it. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be second and a couple.
Now, that was not a bad scramble there on first down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable second and short.
Throwing again on second down. Wilson going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Jair Alexander. And a great return as he takes us up just shy of the 45. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jadeveon Clowney. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. They're looking at second down now as they search for a consolation score. And now a shot into coverage downfield is complete. 27 yards there, a first down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. Second down. They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. Off the play fake to Jones. Here's Rodgers. He's going to let it fly. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Brad McDougal. The number 7 usually lucky here, not for him. 7 picks he's thrown in this game. That's only happened 6 times since 1960.
And I know that the most recent time it happened, the guy who threw him, he won a Heisman Trophy in college, so sometimes you just have a lousy game. Doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad career, but when you're talking about one game, 7, you're right, not lucky at all.
Yeah, Ty Detmer, the last to do it in 2001, to throw 7 picks. To throw on 2nd and 10. Wilson. And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. Preston Smith. What a play by him. That's going to go as a loss of 13. Wilson and the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here. Now Wilson, flushed out right. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. He opted to go with a scramble, gets 2 yards, and now it's 4th. And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it.
And, partner, I would guess that in his headset he was hearing from his coach, it's 3rd down, don't take a sack. And in this case, he's able to avoid the pressure and get out of there. He doesn't get the 1st down, but he does turn a possible loss into positive yardage.
Pete Carroll rolled the dice, but it didn't work out. And the Packers are going to get the football back in excellent field position. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. The connection made. It's Graham. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. And what are the whistles for? Timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Brad McDougal. And he's going to go 4.